Bro, this dude got me for my Switch.
I swear to God I did it, bro.
Bro, why dude got me, bro? Look,
I really did it, bro. Look. That's not me.
Oh, okay, yeah, that ain't you.
That's not me, bro. I promise you, I don't even look around here.
You know I'm crazy.
Yeah, bro, took that shicey off real quick. You feel me? He's like, oh no, I'm getting myself in a little bit of trouble. Gee willikers. The epidemic of fake YCs, aka young crackers, by 40 Shams. Let's check this out, man. Okay, we've talked about the epidemic of fake YNs. Looks like the whites are having the same problem. Let's dive in.
You like my girl? She turn you on? Alright, pick your casket and your church song. Swiss cheese on.
I already know Lil Bro's gonna look back at this.
Bro said he about to Swiss cheese your ass.
Like 10, 15 years after he's done with this phase, and he's gonna be so embarrassed.
The Lord racing with the left, right, and bouncing off the load, and I'm the one that took the whole risk and put the video on me. You and Rob dropping names in this mother. You say you crazy, can you see me and you do nada? Yeah, you do nada, nada thing. Yeah, I keep my head level-headed. Y'all gonna like this one on the set. Bow, big shit on my neck too. Flop, it's the sound of the chop and knock, let me in, I'ma take that guap, hit that room.
Oh my lord.
I ain't gonna tell, but if the niggas hit the room, they sing it like Alicia Keys.
I keep seeing videos of this little white boy, and I'm just wondering who's funding his rap career. Cause being a rapper isn't cheap. You think you're just so much better than me, huh? With your long locks and stereotypical YN look. But you know what? You got it. You win. You got it, bruh. You got it.
We're gonna die for this shit. My mama been sweating me. I gotta get.
Bro, just dropping the hard. Well, I guess it wasn't the hard R, but still, he said it with such confidence and, you know, self-assurance.
Get a job, cuz.
Not sure if you guys noticed this upon first glance, but the YCs became progressively older as the intro played. We got white dudes throughout the age spectrum trying to be YCs, and if you don't know what a YC is, I'll let this video explain.
I know y'all motherfuckers wanna make fun of me, call me white boy. I really ain't choose to be born in this body, bruh. But I really am who I am in my head. I'm just like those people.
What's up? My name is Charlie Bradsworth, and I'm a YC. Young cracker. Hey, don't say that shit with a hard R, bro.
So by now, if you're subscribed to my channel, you should know what a YN is. YN is an acronym for youngness, a phrase which is used to describe young black thugs, gangsters, hoodlums, whatever word you want to use. Now, I previously made a video which talks about the epidemic of fake YNs. These black men who grew up in perfectly loving and caring neighborhoods, households, and for some reason just choose to pursue street life. They pretend to come from struggle, embracing an identity that's not theirs to embrace, all to fit into a certain image. Today we're gonna be talking about these same imposters, but in the white community. See, for the longest now in hip hop and hood culture, there have been white people who have been embraced by black people. A great example is Eminem. I mean, he's so loved and embraced by the black community that there are black people out here giving him the N-word pass and wondering why he hasn't started using it sooner.
Prince to George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery. Real message to so many cops all dirty. Stop, man.
He got the damn pass! I told you, boy, that's it on there! Eminem, you can call me your get out your nigga!
Nah, the Cartier family, these niggas is a bunch of coons. They don't get to hand out the N-word pass to nobody.
Eminem is a real one! See, because a pass is regional. You do not get a universal pass. You gotta get your passport stamp. Every fucking new black person you meet, they gotta stamp it with approval. Because here's the thing, there's only one white boy that got a universal pass, and that is Eminem. You know why? Because Dr. Dre endorsed him, his baby and mama drama is real, and that freestyle he did about Donald Trump was amazing.
And it's just something about black culture, hip hop culture that just appreciates authenticity. Things like living what you rap, not snitching, being respected in your neighborhood. All of these things hold a lot of weight in hip hop culture. And that's also the reason why Eminem is so accepted. Everyone can tell that he's the real article. He's a student of the game. And I mean, it's evident by his impeccable rap skills. And on top of that, he comes from struggle. Now, I'm not saying that black culture is intrinsically tied to poverty and struggle. Actually, that is what I'm saying. Matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because as a minority group that's been oppressed for so long, part of our identity is connected to our struggle. That's part of the reason why we have a deeper respect and acceptance of people who have gone through a similar struggle, even if it's at the lowest level. That's also part of the reason why the hood accepts rappers like 1900 Rugrat.
We got YNs. What is he considered?
YC.
Who is this nigga? Where is he from, man? Hold on. He white? What's his ethnicity, bro?
Belly Gang Cushington.
I came in the game with everything. I'm motherfucking on it. Nigga, shit about respecting me. Love see how I walk up in the club. Nigga, run up on me. Tell me I'm the realest nigga. I'm the realest nigga. You already know. Got trap of the year 4 times in a row.
Jim Lee.
I'm the I just sit it and I stand on it. They said, please don't go that route. I ain't playing on it. I was 15 serving life. I put my hands on it.
And I think the #1 indicator that someone isn't faking their lifestyle is that the community accepts them in an organic way. It doesn't feel forced or like they're getting extorted. You know how like the situation with 6ix9ine?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about. I mean, I ain't shit to be pressed about or worried about or anything like that. At the end of the day, if the community is behind it, if the community embraces it, then shit, it is what it is, right?
And when him having to pay them off for protection and just to upkeep that image. And a lot of times when you're being authentic, not faking the lifestyle, people will do their part and vouch for your credibility.
Jim Lee, that white dude,
Yeah.
he's white. That's what he is. But his soul, his mannerism, his upbringing, and everything about him, that's a nigga. He said, man, I hate white people. If it wasn't for black people, my ass wouldn't have been able to eat. I wouldn't know how to hustle. I wouldn't have had no friends. I wouldn't have none of that. And it's not an act. Like, he doesn't hear that word. I believe he'll take off on a white dude for saying the hard ER. And I thought he was, you know how we doing exposures. We finding a reason, looking for a reason to pack your ass up. I'd have looked like a cornball. It just looked like we picked a fight with him. Dude is authentic.
Now listen, I'm not trying to sit here and act like I'm the hood inspector, telling you who's really about that life and who's not about that life and looking into people's backgrounds. But see, the real problem lies in these people not only seeking validation.
Got a gun in the back?
He said, do he got a gun in the back? Why? You the police?
Hey, how am I supposed to react? Oh no, my shit.
But cosplaying something that they're not. Like, do they not realize how dangerous the life of a YN is? Just their whole lifestyle? And the thing is, even if you're faking it, you can still attract real danger. And this is a perfect example of that.
Nigga, you that nigga that robbed me last week for my Switch, nigga.
Switch? I don't even live around here, bro.
Nah, you got me for my Switch, my Glock with the Switch on it.
I don't have that, bro.
I got another one now.
I don't got a Glock, bro.
Where my Switch at? Bro, this dude got me for my Switch.
I swear to God, I did it, bro.
Bro, why dude got me, bro? Look,
I really did it, bro. Look. That's not me.
Oh, okay, yeah, that ain't you.
That's not me, bro. I promise you, I don't even live around here.
You know I'm prank.
Yeah, bro, took that shicey off real quick. You feel me? He's like, oh no, I'm getting myself in a little bit of trouble. Gee Willikers.
Right? I'm OKC pranks.
Let me take this off real quick. My name's Sheldon.
Bro. He be doing that shit up. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bro's heart is in his throat right now. That's hilarious.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Bro, cosplaying as a YC.
Like Switch. I don't fucking even fuck with Glocks like that, bro. I don't fuck with Glocks like that. Let me go get my phone up.
And look, obviously that video was a joke, but I promise you, if you look the part, there's gonna be people out there who are gonna try to test you. And sometimes the fact that you're faking it might infuriate them even more. But at the end of the day, it's their life, and if they want to put themselves in harm's way, then it's their choice to make. But I personally hate seeing these non-black rappers doing things to further promote violence within the black community. For example, Tekashi69.
Bro, before Tekashi got packed up, I ain't gonna lie, bro, it was hard, bro. Yo, fucking all these songs, bro. These shits went. That beat. I don't know if you remember like peak Tekashi69 era before he got packed up, before he got hit with the charges and ratted and all that. Bro, really was, he had crazy motion.
I'll see y'all later.
When 6ix9ine was getting into drill rap, he didn't go and align himself with a bunch of Puerto Rican or Mexican people, even though that's his ethnicity. He went and aligned himself with black gang members. And although yes, they did extort him, a lot of the lashback and negativity that stemmed from his music fell back on black people. And a similar, more recent example is Lil Mabu.
Me at night, they gonna know who did it when the face right. Lil Fabi, pass me the trigger. White boy, what you my nigga?
What? You said what?
And if you're not familiar with Lil Mabu, he's like a New York drill rapper who basically lives a double life. Dude obviously had a decent upbringing, and at some point he just decided that he wants to become a drill rapper and rap about unaliving his ops.
Good evening, I'm Matthew DeLuca.
And I'm Charles Joe.
And welcome back to another episode of History Shockers, where every week we uncover the complex history of different colonies around the world.
And this week, we got a pretty interesting one. Wouldn't you think, Matthew?
Indeed we do, Charles. Sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the history
Yeah, man. Crazy.
lesson about the Congo. My name is Matthew DeLuca. I go to the collegiate school. I'm in 9th grade, and my favorite thing about Kids Walk for MSK Kids is getting together with friends and family to support such a wonderful cause. My name is Matthew DeLuca.
Lil Mabu, real name Matthew DeLuca, grew up in a 5-bedroom, 5-bath, 3,327 square foot condo in
big ass house, bro. Oh my gosh, that's a huge house.
Richest areas of New York City. In his free time, he would escape to the Hamptons, where he would stay in his parents' 6,180
Yeah, this is literally a rich kid, bro.
Square foot mansion. The combined value of the properties is about $12 million. He's a rich kid who bought his way into the industry with his dad's money and an elementary understanding of marketing. He's not that original, he's not some genius, he's literally 6ix9ine with a millionaire daddy.
Dude faked the whole hood gangster persona, made his millions, and then after that he went back to his white picket fence.
I live a double life. School by day and the streets by night.
Ultimately, I don't think the YC epidemic is a real thing. I don't think you have nearly as many young white people trying to pretend to be from the hood and be from black culture. And the reason behind that is the YN epidemic. I think that is a result of young black people looking at who from their community statistically has the most visibility of being successful. And when you take a look at the black community, that's a lot of times the rappers, the drug dealers, the sports professional athletes, the basketball players, the football players, and things of that nature. And so it makes sense that younger black people then look at these men, they idolize these men, they try to imitate these men so that they can be appealing to the women of their culture, who also look at these men as the alphas, as the men who by and large are at the top of the black community in terms of influence, wealth, prestige, all of that. In the white community, however, these aren't the kinds of men that white women are by and large attracted to or dreaming about. No, of course, when a wealthy basketball player comes along, a black basketball player comes along, he can have his pick of most white women, right? Because women in general like to date up. And even though we have the racist undertones in America, when you're wealthy and famous as a black man, there's this saying, money makes you whiter. You know what I'm saying? So sure, there's that. But by and large, most white women, when they think of the successful men from their culture, they're thinking of professionals, right? They're thinking of doctors and dentists and real estate moguls and things of that nature. And so when young white men want to appeal to the white women in their culture, I imagine they, by and large, idolize those men who are successful, the college graduates, the preppy boys, the businessmen. And so that's what I think we see by and large in the young white community. You know, there is some crossover happening because of the influence of hip hop. And so maybe more and more young white boys, there's like a little trend. They go through a little phase where they embrace hip hop culture and start to embody that culture to a degree. But I don't think it's ever going to get to a point where you have a true YC epidemic. A lot of these, or a fake YC epidemic, I should say. You know, you take a look at guys like Rugrat 1900 or 1900 Rugrat, or however you say his name, or, you know, some of the other white rappers who are clearly from the hood that were featured in this video. I mean, these people really grew up in that lifestyle. But this group of white people truly is a minority. Right? Most poor whites are like middle of the country poor whites. They're growing up in rural country areas, oftentimes still, though, having access to the kinds of wealth that poor blacks don't have access to. You know, they're growing up, they may be growing up poor in a trailer, but they're also growing up poor in a trailer on an acre of land that belongs to their family. You know what I'm saying? And so this, I don't see this ever really becoming an epidemic where you see a ton of young white men acting like this. I don't think we're ever going to really see that. But you let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe, all of that.